Hello once again, everybody. Let's get these cameras rolling. And we are doing another fossil reveal. This is from the trip um, to Wayne County, North Carolina. And this is not your typical fossil. Basically, what I was going for was fossilized lightning, otherwise known as fulgurite. And this is when lightning strikes the sand, clay, mud, whatever, and it crystallizes it, hardens it, it turns it to glass. Doesn't really, as far as what I've got, doesn't really turn to glass, but it's hardened, and it honestly feels like what you would think may be a fossil bone. But we went looking for a fulgurite. Now, uh, there was a question regarding they look very similar to worm tubes, or think of like a crayfish, how it burrows in the mud, forms and stuff. Now these are hardened, but you have fossilized worm tubes as well, and I'm going to try to show you the difference of what I've got. But one of the first pieces that I found was this one here, and it's very hard. It almost feels like metal when you tap it, and I'll show it to you under here what it looks like. And we've got some like algae growth, plant type stuff growth on one side, and that's just because it's in this wet mud um, that surrounds it. But just kind of show you the end here, what it looks like. Um, and some of these can be very fragile depending on the type of sediment that it was created in. But this one is maybe about 4 inches, possibly 5 inches in length. And then this was one of the bigger ones I found, and you can see this here. And basically, this is where the lightning strikes, and it welds that sand together, welds that mud together, that clay together. And again, you can see what this one looks like under here. This is a big slab, but it's very, very hard. Just the outside pieces, I can wipe some dirt off, that type thing. Now, one of the first ones I found there was this one, and it was quickly identified as fulgurite in various groups. And you can see it's not hollow. It's a solid piece. But worm tubes can look very much like this too, even with the little bumps and stuff like that on it. But I'm going to give you an example of a couple of worm tubes that I have. And this is one. And you can see it's got a hole in it. I'll hold it here and you can see this is formed in clay. It's got a different structure. It has the hole that goes through it as well, where the worm or possibly a clam, these clams make this. And then this is another one. This is from one of the trips to Virginia, and this is from a shipworm. And again, you can see what it looks like here. And again, it's hollow, and it's hard. I mean, I if I wanted to, I could break it, but I could probably drop it on the ground and it wouldn't break. Um, but the fulgurite is different. It's solid, and it honestly it's got a tap of like what you would expect from metal. I don't know if you can kind of hear it on my knuckle there, but there's lots of lightning strikes on that part of the river, and as it disperses through the water, down the trees, into the mud, that type of stuff, you get this fulgurite. So it's one of the things I like to keep in my collection. I've got 6 pieces here that I'll keep in there. And again, they do flake off sand. I've tried to clean them up. If I put this underwater, it will not take long to dissolve. at least on the outer side, and then work its way in. But fulgurite, fossilized lightning, yeah, something you probably didn't think existed. So if you like this type of stuff, like and subscribe. If you haven't seen where I went searching for this, just look up above, and I'll have a link at the end of this video. And, I hope you enjoy this. We go out in the field one week, and we do the reveal the following week. Until next time, we'll see you later.